Hello, everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Hot Topic series. We're working on part 2 of our Hot Topic, a science fiction reality. In 1964, Isaac Asimov, the science fiction writer, wrote that in 50 years from now, we'd be living in a science fiction reality. Among his prophecies was that we would have instant coffee, driverless cars, and robots to vacuum our homes. In 2015, let's see just how close we are to a scientific reality. Which of these fantasies have become reality, and which haven't, and which are in the works. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. First, a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom nice and quiet. That means tune into the new words that you're learning so that I can correct you and give you feedback. Tune in means use them actively. Finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. So keep those in mind, and I'm going to put our shared document back on the screen right now. You can see, let me go back to where we were. We were reading some predictions about the future from the Futurist Society, and I'll put the ones we've read here in blue so we know what we've done already. I'll just change the color here so we know which ones we've already read. And what we're doing is finding out, first we speculated about what the future, not speculated, we talked about what the future was supposed to be like with our image from the very beginning here. And we talked about how close it was to reality. We've got computers, weapons, vehicles, and science. And then at the end of class, we began to read about actual projects happening right now or in a little bit in the past and where they were supposed to lead us. Computers that could perfectly understand our words, soldiers with iron exoskeletons that would augment their strength, and they could also be used for the elderly or people who have some impairment. Like imagine you have a spinal injury, the exoskeleton could make you walk again. At least that's the hope. A computer the size of a grain of sand that could monitor things. All of these are actual projects that are going on in those dates, 2013, 2014. So what we're going to do is read a few more, discuss them, and then look in depth at a couple that you may or may not believe are really happening now. Okay, so let's go around the room, read a little bit, and then we'll discuss this in a minute. Let me first just say a quick hello to some new faces. So I've got Pedro. I don't think that we've seen you before. Hi, Pedro. How are you?
I am fine.
And what?
Yeah.
Have you been here before, Pedro?
No. This is I think that's in my third or fourth class here in Berlin.
Excellent. Where are you from, Pedro?
I'm from Spain.
Whereabouts?
Mm-hmm.
What part?
In the center of Spain, between between the two important cities in Spain, Valencia and Madrid.
You're in the middle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what's out there? When I was driving through Spain, I noticed that you've got these little islands, like Madrid is an island, but getting to Madrid is like going through a desert. It was a very, very, very long drive. There's like little islands in Spain. So what's out there? Is it a city?
No, it's a little town. I live in a little town.
Like a little village out there. Fantastic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well, nice to have you. Welcome back, Rafael. Long time no see, Rafael.
Long time no see you. Happy New Year for everyone.
Happy New Year. Very good. And Ale as well. Let's say welcome back to Ale.
Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone.
I never called you Ale. I think I called you Alex. What did I call you before?
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Alessandro. My name is original
Alessandro.
name.
Right. You're from somewhere out there in Italy.
Yes, you know.
From Bologna? I can't remember. No, Genoa. I can't remember.
From Bergamo, near Milano.
Bergamo, the airport, of course.
Yes, Orio Serio Airport.
Where we get our Ryanair flights out of Italy because it's cheaper.
Yes.
I slept in the Bergamo airport. Oh, it was great. I know Bergamo well.
Cheaper? Oh no.
Because it's cheaper and the flights from Ryanair leave at like 5 in the morning, so you have to get to the airport. Everything's closed. Everyone's sleeping on the ground in front of the McDonald's. I love Bergamo.
Okay.
I remember.
You are welcome.
Well, what we're going to do is read about some technologies that are being researched or were being researched in the recent past. And then we're going to take a look at some that are actually happening now, some that you might not believe are possible. So let's start with where we left off here. Let's see. Let's start from the beginning. I'm just going to go down the room. So Daniel, Igor, and someone else had already read. I think it was Dell. So let's pick it up here. Shadow, can you take the next one for us? Our hybrids?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
This one's kind of short.
Yes. Okay. Hybrid materials will blend the properties of living and non-living things. Bacteria and other living things that are engineered to do what non-living materials can do. Sorry. Okay, I muted. Such as conduct electricity or emit light will help us build more efficient energy systems and structures that heal themselves, according to MIT engineers.
So this is actual research being done at MIT. First of all, does hybrid, does that mean something that's natural or something that's unnatural? What is hybrid material? Do you know that word?
I think natural.
Okay. Completely natural or partially natural?
Maybe it's mixed.
Mixed. I think so. Yeah, I think it's mixed. So, what do you think this could be used for, based on the description that you read? What do you think we could do with hybrid material?
It's used to heal things.
Like? So what do you think we could use it for in the real world? We don't get much of a description.
Medicine?
Okay. Anything else? Because it says... Go ahead, sorry.
He said it's about electric things. So
yeah, conduct electricity, emit light, absolutely. So it's taking something that's not alive and getting it to use a kind of biological process or something like biology. So a kind of mixture between a hybrid, meaning a mixture between something living and non-living. So you said it could be used to heal. Okay, absolutely. Class, what else do you think we could use this for? Based on the description, what do you think is the science fiction reality that could come out of this technology? In your opinion, of course.
Looks like some kind of a perfect machine. A machine that doesn't need any maintenance.
A machine that doesn't need maintenance. Sounds good. So what do you mean by that? That doesn't need maintenance.
If you just develop bacteria that has some kind of thing that a non-living material does, like emitting light in this example. So all you don't really need to do any maintenance, like the machine consists of living parts. All you have to do is make sure that the living parts kept in condition to survive and produce copies of itself.
So basically, in the future, you're going to have to, and when you're having your meal, you're going to have to feed your telephone too, and then let it reproduce to have baby telephones. Is that the idea?
Yeah, it's about this. It's not baby telephone, but some parts of the telephones.
Yeah. Well, instead of getting the iPhone 7, you're just going to have to find a nice girlfriend for your iPhone and let them reproduce, and then you'll have the next generation of iPhones. So
not about this, of course.
you're going to have a dating service for your phone. There you go. Very good. Yeah, I think so. Another idea that comes to mind is, what if you have, like, let's say, here, I have a cat. My cat likes to dig his claws into the couch and the furniture because my cat is a big jerk, needs to be punished. So he likes to do that. What if the furniture could heal itself? What if you could have material that could detect scrapes and cracks and heal itself? What if you could have buildings that could mimic a biological process and basically stop the aging process, that could heal themselves by detecting where they were getting old, where there were cracks developing, and things like that? So these are some ideas that come to my mind when I read about this. Let's see. Who's next here? Let's see. Well, Alessandro, you're here. Why don't you take the next one about drones? This is one that's pretty controversial, actually. So this is from last year.
Drones will become vital tools for environmental management and protection.
Environmental.
Okay. Aerial drones could offer better views of inaccessible ecosystem, such as the rich biodiverse but remote Peruvian cloud forest. Underdeveloped infrastructure makes it difficult to collect information in such areas. So Wake Forest University researchers are developing minuscule,
just like the word mini.
Yes. Okay. Minuscule animated flying vehicles that could collect higher resolution images that can be obtained from satellites. Drones are also being added to the arsenal for park rangers fighting poachers of an endangered species. In South Africa's Kruger National Park, more than 1,000 rhinos alone were illegally killed in the 2015. Poachers are supported by a modern and well-funded intelligence network, according to activist Alaya Pandolfi. Using aerial drones, rangers can survey thousands of square miles areas effectively and using fewer resources to identify poachers.
So, are poachers people doing something illegal or legal? Let's be clear about that.
Illegal.
Illegal.
I mean, yes.
What are they doing that's illegal?
They hunt rhinos. They hunt rhinos.
Yeah, they hunt.
Yes.
They hunt where they shouldn't hunt. Exactly. Rhinos and many things. What do you think about this use of drones, Alessandro? What do you think about this use of drones? Is this what we normally think about when we hear the word drones? Is this the first thing that comes to mind?
Yes, it is good things for several cases. In this case, is a good thing because with drones you can cover a large area. Yes, you can view a large area in the in the national park. Yes.
Kruger National Park is the size of a country, by the way. If you've ever been to South Africa, Kruger National Park is gigantic. It's not like a park in the sense of a European park. It's the size of a, I mean, it's the natural wildlife area. So they call it a park, but it's vast, huge. Like you could get lost in there for weeks, right?
Yes, okay.
So, what do you think about this use of drones as compared to what we normally think of with what do we normally think of with the word drone? When you think about drones in the news, what do we normally think of?
I don't know. I don't know. Now the drones used for play. Yes, for jokes.
Yeah.
And yes, and actually, I remember that I watched the drone in football match.
Yeah,
TV.
I've seen that too.
Yes.
They get the camera up. They used to use like a blimp, and now they're using drones to get aerial shots of the field. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But in this case, its use is it's better.
Beneficial, maybe more beneficial.
More beneficial. Okay.
Yeah. Because if you say, you can't say more better, you can only say more something, more beneficial,
okay,
more efficient, more helpful, or you could say this is a better use. You could say that this is a better use of drones.
Okay, thank you.
More perfect doesn't exist, Milan. By the way, class, what do you normally think of when you hear drones? What do you normally think of when you hear drones in the media? What do they normally use them for? I say that because I think it's kind of controversial.
In my field,
yeah,
they are used more and more to do survey or maps.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about what Shadow's talking about. I agree with you, Daniel. That's a great use of drones. Shadow, talk to us about that. What do you normally think of when you think of drones?
I watch news. I think people in some countries, they're protesting because American drones that killing people.
Yeah.
Dropping bombs on specific place that think that there are terrorists. And sometimes it's wrong, and there are civilians, and it causes damage. So I heard a lot of news about this. It's just for I don't know that it's for getting information. I just know that drones it's just to drop bombs to kill people.
Yeah, it's like what they're called surgical strikes. Surgical, like you're doing surgery. Surgical, because you can be so precise. Well, the theory is actually this is part of the controversy. Like normally when you have a strike, you send a missile and it blows everything up. And then with drones, it's surgical because they can pinpoint an individual and launch something directly at that individual. And part of the controversy is, well, we can talk about the legality of it, whether or not it's legal to do this. Does any country have the right to kill anyone else? I mean, especially outside of their boundaries, outside of their borders. Is it legal for countries to go and kill someone in another country? Class, what do you think? You're a lawyer. Shadow?
If you ask me, I'm gonna say no, of course.
Of course not.
But they, I don't want to say because I don't like to talk about political things because it's bad, really. So.
No, but we're talking about not politics. We're talking about legality. I'm saying the controversy is that there's no international law that says you can go and kill someone outside of your borders unless that person or individual or group is a direct threat. direct threat, immediate threat, like it's going to stop something dangerous from happening immediately. So,
I mean,
but
even
sorry.
teacher, even if they are terrorists and all people know that, I mean, there are this trail. I mean, this court that can go there and take their. I mean, not just drop bombs on people in some countries, because you know that I heard the last year they dropped bombs in a wedding.
Yeah,
And
that's
most
exactly
of
the
people
point.
killed. So it's like that.
That's the crazy thing. These are called surgical strikes, and how surgical are they? It seems unbelievable that they would. That wedding thing, by the way, was part of. Daniel, you were talking about Homeland, so that was part of the episode as well. They used it in the episode. So, you know, if these are surgical strikes where you can pinpoint individuals, why on earth are so many civilians getting killed, right? That's the other part of it. Anyway, I bring it up not to talk about politics. I bring it up because here we can see that the word drone, you know, there's more to the technology than just using it in a military application, right? But that's all we ever hear in the media, drones, and specifically Obama and drones, because, you know, he's a constitutional lawyer. He knows what's legal and not legal, and he's kind of known for using these drones. Anyway, I bring it up just because it's what we normally think of with drones, and here we can see that that's not where the technology is being developed, not necessarily where it's being developed. So, Daniel, you said drones are being used for surveying. Alessandra, you talked about using it just for better media. And in the description, they talk about it also with getting information that we couldn't normally, about places we couldn't normally get to, right? Let's see. Maybe we shouldn't do all of these. No, I'm going to just pick a few others, maybe two more. Two that are interesting. We'll skip the one about smarter sex toys, but read it. It's kind of funny. I want to talk about maybe two more. Let's go with this one because it's kind of interesting. Yeah, let's go with this one here. So, Raphael, you haven't had a chance to read. Raphael and Milan, we'll get you in here too. Raphael, can you take the transportation one for us?
Yeah. Teleportation is getting closer, photon by photon. Moving physical matter from one place to another has long been the impossible dream of science fiction. But physicist Huang Jing of the University of Science and Technology of China claims to have teleported entangled photons over a distance of about 60 miles, could be, or 50.
Yeah, 60.
60, yeah. While vacationers should make more traditional travel arrangements for the foreseeable future, teleportation technologies will advance over the next several decades.
Teleportation, Raphael, what do you think?
It's the most interesting news I ever heard, because we can move to another place, to Bergamo or to other places.
No, not Bergamo. No.
Not Bergamo. Perhaps teleportation is better for going to Bergamo more than by Ryanair, as
exactly.
you said before. I think it's good.
There's nothing wrong with Bergamo, but be careful with Ryanair. You're going to end up sleeping in the airport.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I tried sometimes with Ryanair. I have a lot of problems in the airport and also with the reservations tickets at the website. For this reason, I I agree with this news that teleportation could be better than going a plane at low-cost airlines could be better than anything else. Teleportation in the next few years could be the cheapest way to go to different places over the world. For this reason, it could be so interesting to develop this new technology in teleportation.
Well,
I don't know
there's
if
one
I-
problem though. Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the difference between teleportation and teletransportation?
Big
Could be,
difference.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Could you
Very
explain
big.
that for a while, please?
I don't want to explain it. I want one of you to explain it.
Okay.
The question is, I think I know, but the question is, what would be the difference between the English words teleportation and teletransportation? Let me just ask the class first. What do you
Okay.
think the difference is, class? Because this is an English class, so we should do something about language too. What do you think the difference would be between teleportation and teletransportation? Well, then go ahead if you want to guess.
I think the first one, teleportation, involves teleporting from one place to another, while teletransportation is about the human body dissolving or deforming in the particles, all the particles deforming, and then reattaching or
Reconstructing. Reconstituting is better. Reconstituting.
reconstituting again in another place or space or even dimension.
You got that, but backwards. Teleportation is that idea. Teletransportation is the normal laws of physics, just going through space. Teletransportation, I don't know if that's a term that's used. It makes sense, and I've heard it, but I don't know exactly how it's used. But it would be the idea of sending something. Whereas so I want to focus on the English definitions. So teletransportation would be sending something far. Teleportation would be what Molan just said, like breaking apart something physical on the atomic level or subatomic level and reconstituting somewhere else, right? And so does that seem possible, class? Does that seem like something that can happen?
Not in the near future, that's for sure.
But this guy says that that he's able to do it.
Well, I don't think this is possible, in a scale of a human body, for example. It's like, as far as I know, you can't predict the location of any subatomic particle. It's like it can exist in two places simultaneously. It's just there are too many particles, subatomic particles in the human body, and just imagine.
It's too much information, in other words.
Just imagine, for example, you can actually, just read the information from every single particle with human body. But when you just, reconstitute it all, you're going to miss something because, as I said, subatomic particles,
you're going to miss something. It's a very bad advertisement for a teleportation vacation.
Yeah, but why are you going to miss something? Because you can never predict the location of any subatomic particle at any given state.
So when we end up in Bergamo, we're all missing our faces or something.
Well, but maybe, maybe you will miss some kind of particle that was really crucial to your personality. So may change your views. Or maybe this was a particle that was really dependent on your movement, and you will come out disabled.
Or maybe we'll end up teleporting to Bergamo and we'll all be a lot nicer people.
I don't think so.
You don't know. It could happen.
Well, maybe when you just teleport somewhere, they would just put something inside you, like a control chip. They will
you missed the beginning of class. They've already done that. We're all being controlled right now. It's already happened. Already.
Really?
Really?
You're
Maybe
the
not. I don't know.
You're the first person who said this to me. I don't know.
Verbling is in charge of the project, so I know a lot about it.
So Verbally installed a control chip into my brain
It has
without me.
already done it. It's part of your user agreement. You don't know, but you signed up for it. So read the fine print, okay? Mulan, I don't think we gave you a chance to read. So let's take the last one here, and then I'm going to go to some stuff that's happening today. So this is all from like last year or two. Can you take this one about Mars? Mulan?
Yeah, of course.
Go for it.
The path to Mars goes through the Moon first, and anxious as we may be to send humans to Mars, most of the world's space agencies have a return to the Moon at the top of the agenda. One reason is that the lunar surface may be richer in useful materials such as rocks with condensed molecules of hydrogen and oxygen,
Molecules. One more
which,
time.
if heated
Molecules.
up, could produce air, water, and rocket fuel for explorers. The Moon could also provide a better base for long-term
Encampments.
Yeah, with tunnels that could shelter inhabitants from radiation, meteors, and temperature extremes. And sorry for the noise, background noise.
No problem. And so that's from last year. What do you think about that? Going back to the moon. I have a feeling that this is, it seems like it's a farther away goal than it was a while ago. Because how are we going to get there? We don't have NASA, basically. NASA is only sending little robots, cheap little missions because it's been defunded, which is really a problem, because if NASA's the one who created a lot of the technology that we use today. I mean, it came out of the NASA program, and it's been basically defunded. So I don't know how realistic this is. Do you think going to the moon is a good idea, class? What do you think?
Well, why not?
Why not?
It's like if you can do this. And I think, for example, it's much easier to build a space station out in space than build it here on Earth and go through all the trouble of getting it into the space,
You have to spend a lot of energy to get it up there.
Yeah.
I've seen like a project about going to the Mars. I don't know if it was a true thing. It was about you can register in the website in order to be chosen among the other people who might register for a 4-person trip to the Mars. It will occur at 2050 or 2060, I guess. So they are like planning for it right now, and thinking back about it, I think if it was 2050, they wouldn't choose people from our age.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Of course.
I don't know.
That's a suicide, It's one-way ticket. It's really one-way ticket. It's a suicide.
But it's not advertised as a round-trip ticket. It's advertised as a one-way ticket. You're going to go there, and then you don't come back.
Why?
But it's going to be the best episode of reality of Big Brother ever. It's going to be the best reality TV show in history.
How do they know they wouldn't be, taken into some kind of slaughterhouse instead of going to Mars?
This is it. This is the website. I haven't done any background research about them, but it seemed legitimate to me.
No, it's a real project. It's absolutely. There's a crazy guy out there who's trying to do a commercial mission. It's true. It's true.
You could just gotta just take it to a slaughterhouse.
You could, but who knows? Who knows?
It's
Maybe
like sign this contract and agree that you might die, and we will not be responsible for this, you know. And
But
they
the-
can do anything with you.
It's
Could be
true. It's
disguise.
true. It's true. But the argument is that you're going to be doing so much for the human race by moving forward space
Maybe-
exploration.
By being taken to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for research, your body would be used for research.
And about the moon, there is a
Thank you
reason to
very
go
much.
to the moon because it's not that explicit in the paragraph, but this thing about it says condensed molecules of hydrogen and oxygen. Well, they shouldn't say molecules. It's atoms, not molecules. It's hydrogen 3, and it's plentiful on the moon. It's a major energy source that doesn't exist on Earth. So it's not a crazy idea to go to the moon because you've got this amazing source of energy that just needs to be mined if you go there. At least that's the theory. H3 instead of H2O or something like that. It's H3. Three hydrogen molecules, atoms bound together.
Well, as far as I know, this H3 is present on Earth, but it's really deep in the ocean when the pressure is really intense.
Right. It's Milan. It's H3, not O3, but H3.
Hmm.
And you're right. It's hard to get here, and it's not that plentiful. We think, although we have to say that the Earth is really big, and they're discovering things all the time. They recently discovered that there's a second ocean underneath the ocean that they didn't know about. There's sources of water very deep in the Earth that people didn't even know existed. And no one knows what's in the center of the Earth. No one has any real idea what's actually in the middle of the Earth. For all we know, we're living in a giant egg. We don't know what's down there. There's no way to see it.
Well, you can, you know, nobody knows what's down there in the center of the Earth, but you can make quite an accurate prediction just because our planet has a magnetic sphere, so it has to be something that rotates and contains metal,
Like,
like a metallic core, they say.
okay.
When metal, you know, like metal moves, and it's constantly on the move. It's really hot. It generates magnetic field.
So all we have to do is ask you, Igor, and then we know what's in the center.
Well, I'm not saying.
Perfect.
I'm just saying that this is quite plausible.
It's plausible.
prediction.
But the Earth is bigger than we might think. We're so used to shrinking it with internet and communications that we forget that it's actually quite big. And part of the issue is that there's the water source. No one knew that it was there. This is from just a couple of weeks ago, things like that. So, absolutely, we can make predictions, but there might be more than, we've never really explored down there because it's quite a hostile environment. Well, look, these were some things from the recent past that I wanted to show you, and based on these things, we can make predictions about the future. What I'd like to do is show you some things that are in the present. So what I would like you to do is go to page 10, everyone. It says Science, Fact, or Fiction. Let's find out how close we are to science fiction. You're going to choose an article on an area of innovation in 2014. Well, these are all from the end of last year. And summarize it for us. Don't read it all, just enough to explain the detail. So I thought we could kind of divide and conquer. I want you to pick a topic that sounds interesting. I want you to go out there and just skim the article. There's no time to read everything. Just get enough information that you can give us the general idea. Some of this we've talked about a little bit, like teleportation, but you're going to see that what you're reading about is actual science occurring right now. So this is not a prediction. This is actually kind of real. And then we can talk about these. I'd like you to do a a 30-second presentation to the class about what you skimmed. Okay? So let's go around the room. Everyone pick one, and then we'll join together in a minute or two after you had a chance to skim through the article. So let's see. Shadow, is there a topic that interests you in particular here out of that list?
Maybe the first one.
Okay. So why don't you take this one? Click on the link. There's a shadow there. Click on the link, and I want you just to skim the article. When you skim, does that mean that you read every single word in the article, Shadow?
No.
How would you skim it to get the main information? What would you do?
To read the important things. I mean, to read speed reading.
Yeah, kind of like speed reading. So when you're speed reading, what are you going to focus on to get the information?
The main ideas.
And where do you think they'll be in the text?
In the first paragraph and the last paragraph.
I agree. If you read the first and last, you can read those probably thoroughly. And then what about the middle? What would you do to get the main ideas out of the middle? Would you read all the paragraphs? Probably not.
No, it's. I think it's details in the middle.
Absolutely. So maybe one suggestion is just read the first sentence of all the middle paragraphs, and if there's one that particularly interests you, you can read more. Okay? But the idea here is read the beginning, read the end, and skim through the middle. Just get the main idea, and then see how well you can explain the technology or the experiment that's being described. Okay, so Shadow, you're going to take teleportation. You can click that link and go there now. Raphael, do you want one of these? Which one is interesting for you?
I'm very interested in teleportation, if I may.
Which one? She's got teleportation.
Yep, yeah, but I can choose teleportation too.
Well, I'd rather we just do one each, because we've got a lot of topics. So
Okay,
yeah.
teacher, I'm gonna choose the cyborgs.
cyborgs. Okay.
Thank you.
By the
Shadow.
way,
Yes.
by the way, Shadow,
Nice.
if you call me teacher, I'm going to call you student. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, student. Raphael.
Okay.
Raphael, what's my name?
Your name is not teacher. It's John Eric.
Yes.
No, it's sir.
It's not sir. Molan, which one of these interests you?
The 10 artificial cheetahs.
Artificial cheetahs. Artificial cheetahs rock. Okay. How do I spell your name? Forgot how to spell it.
OU
Oh, you. Okay, got it.
LHAM.
Okay. Is it Molan with an M or an N? Because I keep saying Molan with an M.
There's,
Okay.
there's
Mulham.
a
Mulham. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not that prominent. Mulham.
Molam. Okay, got it. All right. Igor, which interests you here?
Okay, I would like to know more about portable DNA sequencer.
Portable DNA sequencers are very practical.
I don't even understand what is.
You're going to find out, and they're real. You can buy one today if you want. Daniel, which one?
Universal translator.
Excellent.
Why did you wrote ignore?
Huh? I don't know.
Please give me the link. I don't have a link.
The link is there. Click on the blue, and it'll open up for you.
Where is there?
The link to the document, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, the link to the document is here in the chat window.
Thank you.
All right. And Alessandro?
Yes, nanorobots.
Nanorobots are excellent.
Yeah.
I'm going to put LA because too many letters in Alessandro. All right.
Yes.
There you go. And of course, none of you picked the best topic of all, which is pet cloning. That's the best one. So I'm going to do that one. Okay? So what you've got is about 2 or 3 minutes. Skim through the article. You don't have time to read everything. Okay? So don't worry about getting all the details. Just skim through it. Let's meet in about 3 minutes from now. Let's meet back. And we're going to first give a short 30-second presentation on each of the ideas, and then we can have more time to talk about them at the end, okay? So your 3 minutes starts now, just 3 minutes to do your skimming. And while you're doing that, I'm going to do one of my own right now with the pets.
John, we
Yeah.
need to write on the document, but I don't know where.
You don't have to write. It's up to you. You can if you want, but you don't have to.
Okay.
We're just going to do a little presentation, just
Okay.
basically summarize the idea. Okay?
Perfect.
So 2 minutes, everyone. 2 minutes. How are we doing, everyone? Did you have a chance to skim? Are we ready?
I skimmed 4 times already.
4 times. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. So let me show you. Is everyone ready? Can we start, everyone? Are we cool? Can we start? Ale, Raphael, Shadow, are we ready? I see yes from Shadow.
Maybe.
Yeah? Okay. You don't have to go first. You can still keep skimming while we go. But let me do a quick example to show you what I mean. I'll do a first one, then Igor, you go next, okay? So what I want to show you, here's a quick example of my topic, which is cloning pets. Okay, pet cloning. Let me, that's not going to, a second, let me see if I can just, no, it's not going to let me. Okay, I'm having a technical problem. Let's see if I can quickly go back to here. Give me just a second if I can do this. 1 second. Sorry about that. Can everyone hear me okay?
You're cutting out.
Yes.
Can you hear us? John, Eric, can you hear us? Are
yeah.
you even there?
Sorry, hangout problem.
We
Give me a
hear from
second.
Planet Earth calling on you.
Wait, 1 second. Sorry, hangout problem. I'm freezing. My computer is freezing for some reason. I don't know why. Hold on just a second. Kill pages. No, I don't want to kill pages. Sorry. Something's wrong. Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yes.
We always can.
And every time.
Oh, you can. Okay.
All the time.
We can even see you.
Okay. You can. Yeah, you're not supposed to see me, but you do.
You look handsome.
Okay. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to share my screen, and my computer froze, but it's back. So let's see if I can just quickly put this on screen for you. There we go. That's what I want to show you. There we go. Can anyone see this? There we go.
Yeah.
What do you think about this doggy? Look at that doggy. Oh, look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Shadow, would you like a dog like this? Look at these little doggies. No, why not? Look at that. Look at that husky. You like cats? Me too. I hate dogs.
They
Does
grow
anyone
up.
see? What's that?
They're going to grow up. To
And
grow.
then they're not so cute.
No.
Because then they do things like eat your couch.
You have to catch his poop.
Yes. Oh, see, no. You do. I don't. I don't have to do any of that. I refuse. Here's my short presentation. If you think these dogs are cute, you might find it interesting to know that these dogs were grown in a lab. These are not naturally occurring dogs in nature. At Sohm Biotech, what we have is a way for you to prevent the basic problem of the human race. We domesticated dogs. We domesticated them and taught them how to love us, and they do. They've been bred. They've been specifically bred over centuries to like human beings. Can everyone hear me okay? Hello?
Yes.
Can everyone
Yes,
hear me
yes.
okay? Okay, fine.
Yes.
So they've been bred over centuries to like human beings and to interact with human beings. But they only live 15 years, and we live like 70, 80, sometimes more. So that presents a real problem. You grow attached to your dog, and then your dog passes away. So the solution here is to take a genetic sample, grow your dog in the lab, and replace your dog. And Sohm Technologies will do that for a price. They don't say what the price is, but they'll do it for a price. And the only thing they require is that you take the sample within a recent period of time after your dog has passed away. And I don't know if I can open the main page. Yes. They give us very explicit instructions. When your dog is away, do not place your dead dog in the freezer. Because you don't want a dog popsicle. Very important. So that's my brief presentation about pet cloning. It doesn't give us a lot of information, but it gives us some clear instructions about what not to do. And it doesn't really give us the price, actually. So anyway, that's a little bit. Pet cloning is exactly what you think. We don't have a lot of time, but sorry, go ahead.
What about the personality? It's not going to be the same dog, you know.
I don't know. It should be the identical dog in every way, so it should have the same personality, right?
Well, I don't think so. Well, it would be the same dog in terms of, you know,
It will be
superficial appearance, but not the same personality. I think.
With cloning, you could actually give birth to yourself. There's one cloning experiment with sheep. I think it was with sheep. Is that the cloned sheep were implanted as embryos, and the animal gave birth to an exact copy of itself and raised it as its own daughter, which raises all kinds of interesting ethical issues.
Oh, that's perverted.
Let's get a few presentations. We don't have a lot of time, but I'd like to hear some of your ideas. Maybe we can keep it a little bit short. Maybe I spoke a little too long. I apologize. Igor, what's the gist of your topic?
I think the gist of my topic is that people have come up with a portable DNA sequencer that rivals the functionality of those in the labs. So you can easily break down a DNA sample and easily, just analyze it and make some predictions or some assumptions about it.
So what can we do with this technology based on what you skimmed in the text? What do you think the use of it would be?
Yeah, first of all, it's like, on-site DNA scanner. So, for example, for criminalists, you can just take a DNA from a suspect, and in an hour you'll have, just compare it to the evidence, and in an hour you'll have your answer. So you don't need to go to the lab.
Maybe, right. You could do an on-the-spot DNA identification. So better than a fingerprint.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's see if we can get the gist from all of you first, and then we'll figure out what we can do, because we don't have time to discuss these in class. We can maybe schedule another class or something. But let's get the gist first. So, Shadow, tell us about yours. Yours was Cyborgs. That was the title that I gave it.
Yeah, cyborg. It's talking about someone missing a body part,
right?
Such as arm or leg, even eye. We can use this what they call it. It's first. I don't know what's the name.
What's the what? Give us an example or something.
No, it's prosthetic.
Prosthetic.
Yes, prosthetic. Okay, we can use this we design some of these things to use it as this missing part, and we can control it by mind. Just not wear it. It can help us to control these parts.
So the prosthetic part will be controllable through thinking. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. And is there an example of one that's being used now?
Yeah, there's this guy. I mean, he lost both arms, and he's 40 years, and he used this prosthetic limbs, and it worked with him. So it's work.
Okay, very good. One thing I've heard about prosthetics, or about this interface between the brain and technology, was that although it does work in experiments, it seems to diminish over time. So it sounds exciting, but I did read about one case of a woman who had what they called locked-in syndrome, where she's not able to use any of the muscles in her body, but her brain is perfectly fine. And they were able to do an implant, and she was able to use. I think it was that. I think it was locked-in syndrome, like ALS, what Stephen Hawkins has. And over time, it became less effective, and she couldn't control it anymore. But there was a period of time where she was able to use it very, very easily, and it was very interesting, be able to control things. So, interesting idea. Oh, we're really running out of time, but maybe we can get one more, and then we'll figure out if we can do a follow-up class or something. So, last presentation before we run out of time. Who wants it?
I don't know. It's
Go
either
for it.
me or Ali. I don't know.
Go for it, Milan.
Okay. Let me. Oh my God, I've lost the.
Artificial cheetahs.
Yeah, I've lost the page. Okay, I found it. Okay. They are the scientists are now trying to take examples from animals and nature in order to develop a new robots. So they are now trying to use the fastest animal as a prototype for their development. So they are trying to develop a robot that is based on cheetahs that will currently we get the development, and then the model, the prototype can run at as 10 mile per hour speed. So it's
10 miles per hour? Okay.
yeah, per hour. Yeah, so it's pretty slow right now, and he can jump 30 centimeters to avoid obstacles. He's
You
pretty
could jump
efficient.
30 meters?
Centimeters, sorry.
13 or 30?
30.
30.
No, 30 centimeters. 30.
30.
Yeah.
That's really long. That's huge.
Yeah, it can. So it can like evade the obstacles and stuff. That's 30. Yeah. If you
Wow.
scroll a bit down, you'll find it. Okay, that's it. I won't. Yeah.
I'll show the images in the background. There it is.
It's still a prototype, but the earlier prototype couldn't even jump. They used a new technology. I don't know which, but it doesn't. It's not usual in the before when they tried to develop such a robot. They used to use combustion engines and hydraulic parts, so that didn't work out well because they are noisy and they need they produce heat, they need fuel. It's not efficient at all. So they are using a different technique. I don't know. I couldn't like get the gist of the new technique. I don't know.
Look, there it goes. Cool. So, if worse comes to worse, you can at least play frisbee with your artificial cheetah. You can throw the frisbee, he'll grab it and come back. So you don't need a pet anymore. Forget cloning pets. Just get an artificial cheetah. I think we'll be okay. Well, unfortunately, we've got to stop the class. We're out of time. Okay, I'm sorry about that. But let's do this. We can. I've also got some other things I wanted to do as well, but we don't have time. So do me a favor. If you'd like to keep working on this topic, what we can do is extend this, and next Friday we can do it as a topic. Or if there's a particular time during the week, I can maybe throw in an extra hour. Today I can't, not on Friday. Okay, but if there's another time that interests you, let me know. Send me a message, and I'll see if I can schedule a follow-up class. Or we can take this one step further and continue next Friday, and you'll have a chance to do the presentation if you haven't done it, and we'll have a chance to talk about it. And then I've got a little activity for you to do as well. Okay, but send me a message and let me know if you're interested, because these classes are for you, so I want to make sure I'm doing something that interests you personally. Okay, we're going to stop now. Have a great weekend, everyone, and do send me a message about this and other hot topics that interest you, and I'll turn them into classes, conversation classes. One thing you can do to follow up with this is you can write up your presentation and send it to me for corrections. Okay, so no matter what we do, you can always take what you've done in class, do it as a text, I'll correct it and send it back to you. Just remind me 100 times in case I forget. All right? Have a good weekend. Play with your artificial cheetah. Have fun. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye.
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 See you.
Bye, thanks.
Bye-bye.